Black Friday and Cyber Monday are the biggest events of the year for D2C e-commerce brands. And the brands that win are the brands that have the best strategies prepared and ready to go. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 strategies that I've used in the past with clients. And I'm going to show you how you can take them and adapt them for your own brand to make this your best Black Friday and Cyber Monday ever. I'm Ben Fitterman. I'm the founder of Pink Lava Studios. We work with 7- and 8-figure D2C e-commerce brands. You can always click here to learn more about me. We really don't have a lot of time to waste. Black Friday is just a few weeks away, so let's get into it. All right, Black Friday strategy is really some of my favorite stuff to get into because this is really where you're going to win or lose this year for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. You need to be putting in a little bit of thought into the strategy behind what you're doing. It's not just coming out, blasting a bunch of emails randomly. There's kind of a method to the madness, and you got to start planning it out now. So the first strategy, this is one of my all-time favorites, that's why I put it number 1, is the early access list, or what I call self-selecting buyers. And here's kind of the play. You're going to run a sign-up campaign for early access before Black Friday. I usually start it the last week of October, maybe the first week of November. You're basically going to send 2 or 3 emails inviting your list to the sale. And what you're basically going to say is, hey guys, we're going to kick off Black Friday early for people that are interested. So if you want to get notified, sign up, join, subscribe our list, and we're going to let you know about it first so you can shop it first. And you're going to kind of try to position it as a VIP or insider access and not just another sale. We're letting you shop the sale earlier. We're going to give you early access to it. And the reason this really wins is because it turns people who are kind of passive subscribers into active and pre-qualified buyers. You're basically telling people, if you're interested in buying, join our list. So you're making them kind of step forward. And people who opt in are going to be more motivated, more engaged, and more ready to purchase. You're also building anticipation, and customers are waiting for your sale. They know the sale is coming. They know that they got early access. So they're going to be looking at their inbox, actively waiting for your email, which is going to help. It kind of creates scarcity and exclusivity. It really makes buyers feel like they're part of something special. And the key to Black Friday is standing out. Like, inboxes are just flooded during Black Friday. Everyone's sending emails. They're sending more than usual. And if you're just trying to win on volume, sending a lot of emails or SMS, it can work, but this is going to be way better because you're going to have people excited and looking out for your emails. They know a sale is coming up, so when they see your email come in, they're going to be paying attention to it. So I did this with a luxury furniture brand that had a list of about 60,000 people, so not too big. And when we ran this self-selecting buyers, I think we did maybe 4 or 5 campaigns. We were sending this often to everyone on our list saying, sign up now, get early access. And because a lot of this furniture was kind of custom made, there was a possibility that it would sell out. So we also included that to let people know, give them another reason to join the list. And we only had 6 people sign up for early access, so about 4,000 people. And I'm going to say this right now, it feels counterintuitive. It feels wrong not to email everyone, but I'll show you why it works here in a second. That 6% of our total list drove $155,000 in revenue for Black Friday. And that was 46% of all of our email marketing revenue came from just this list of 4,000 people. And we only did 8 email sends to those people. So again, that's half of the email marketing revenue just came from this tiny list. And it's the perfect example of the 80-20 principle where, 20% of your buyers make up 80% of the revenue. I know the math doesn't line up here, but the principle is the same. A small portion of people will have a larger output. The revenue per recipient was way higher, and overall, this early access campaign punched way above its weight. You can see here, we sent 14 emails to our entire list, which included some people in the early access, and the revenue was about the same, but overall, more revenue per recipient. So again, that's a great indicator that this was a list of people that were ready to go. And because we ran this sale early, we were able to get these people to buy before they maybe went to another competitor and shopped another sale. So that's another great part of the early access is you're going to get people early who are going to buy with you instead of going and looking for other people's or waiting for other sales to pop up. Okay, strategy 2. Teaser emails, you need to build the hype. If you're not going to do the first strategy, maybe you don't want to do it for some reason, the next best thing you can do is you need to have some kind of teaser emails going out before your sale to build hype. And you want to keep them short, curiosity driven. You don't have to reveal what your offer is going to be if you don't want to, but you kind of want to think of them as like a movie trailer for your Black Friday sale. I like to think about these as building hype. Again, you want to let people know that your sale is coming coming up to pay attention and get their attention before Black Friday starts, because everyone is having a sale and you're going to be competing against everyone. So you need to find some way to get the attention of people before it starts. That way they're, again, looking for your emails in their inbox. They're excited and ready. Early access, that list sign up is the best way to do it, but this is kind of like the next best way to kind of achieve that if you don't want to do early access, or you waited to the last second and maybe you didn't set this up in time. I usually like to send maybe 2 or 3 teaser emails, but even one email before your sale is great because it'll get people's attention and keep it top of mind. So I would send maybe one email a week before your sale starts and then another email 24 hours before your email starts. You can keep them plain text, very simple from the founder. Hey, our biggest sale of the year is coming up. We have some special surprises. Stay tuned. Here's our date. Give people a date so they kind of know what to expect. You can say next week, tomorrow, midnight, whenever it's going to start. Let people know. And the reason this really wins is it's kind of curiosity and anticipation. Again, people are waiting for your emails. They know something's coming up and they're excited. You've let them know. Some people like to do the Beyonce album drop where she just like dropped that album randomly online and it exploded. Hate to break it to you, not everyone is Beyonce, so you really can't just drop something randomly. Like an email, just boom, Black Friday started now. Some brands it can work if they're really big. Most brands, you're not going to be able to do that. So you need to build anticipation and then launch your sale. And the thing is, teasers don't cannibalize your launch. They actually amplify it. I know people that are like, oh, well, we don't want to send the email before our sale starts. We're worried that, people might not have that anticipation, like we're coming out of nowhere. And like I said, you don't just want to launch the sale out of nowhere. You want to build anticipation. Movies have trailers, previews are coming out because people are excited, and then the launch date too. Think about, Stranger Things with Netflix. They've been teasing that for like a year leading up to the launch of that because it gets people excited. Same kind of principle here. Again, the goal is kind of the driving principle strategy here is you want to stand out in a crowded inbox, and you don't want to just show up out of nowhere and expect that to be enough. You need to kind of generate a little bit of hype for yourself, for your brand. And this is a really great way to do that. All right. So this is one of my favorite examples of using this teaser email to build hype. I was working with an outdoor gear client a couple years ago. They hired me last minute to do Black Friday setup for them. We didn't have time to do early access. So all we had time for was a teaser campaign, and we sent it 24 hours before the launch. And you can see it down here. This is the old school Klaviyo setup with the classic editor, everything. That first email went out, had almost a 60% open rate. Again, this is before we had like Apple opens and everything like that. 60% open rate. No one clicked it, which is fine. We wanted to get it on their radar that there was a launch coming up, and that was really it. So we sent that out. And then the next day, we sent out the Black Friday sale, and it did $144,000 in sales, 2% click rate here. So it was basically kind of like an asteroid hitting the earth. So it absolutely crushed it for them. And that email alone, I think, was about half of what they did the year prior. We had a different offer too, so I'm going to give some credit to that as well. But this teaser email really helped us set the table, set the stage, and then get it going. So if you don't have time for early access, this is the next best strategy because you can do it very quickly. Easy to do, high leverage, and then you want to think about it sort of like Hollywood style marketing. You're just trying to generate hype. All right, last strategy here, crank it up to 11. You got to send more than you think and feel comfortable with. During Black Friday, everyone is sending emails. Even brands that never email, they're going to be sending an email. Inboxes are chaos, and frequency is still a great way to kind of cut through the noise because you need to be seen. And most brands send just because they're worried about unsubscribes. And I'm going to tell you what, people who optimize for unsubscribes are playing not to lose. They're playing scared, and that's not what you want to do during Black Friday. You need to be comfortable with sending a little bit more. I'll talk about a way that you can kind of reduce unsubscribes here, but you overall, don't worry about it. You need to just be comfortable sending more than you think. My rule of thumb is one touch point every single day. So that could be an email or an SMS, but you should be sending one touch point every single day during your sale. And at the start and the end of your sale, that's when you want to really crank it up to 11. Send an email in the beginning of the day. You could send a text in the middle of the day, an email at night, like with the closing hours. So you could do 2 emails, 1 text. You could go 3 emails, 1 text. I worked with, again, that furniture brand. During the height of Black Friday, we sent 3 emails and 1 text every single day. It was their best Black Friday ever. Don't be afraid of it. The reason it works, Black Friday is really noisy and you need visibility. You need to be showing up in people's inboxes. And if you're not being seen, people are going to forget that you're there. And by Buyers are going to need a lot of reminders before they take action. That's why you're always going to see your most sales on the beginning and the end of your sale. Doesn't matter when it is, there's always that lull in the middle. And the urgency and repetition is really kind of going to drive conversion, especially when time is running out. So during the beginning and the end of your sale, you need to be showing up. You could try different offers, like a different gift with purchase, something like that. And that's okay. You're going to be losing some subscribers. It's going to happen. One thing you can do is exclude customers who have placed orders in the last 14 days or during the length of your sale. And that way they're not going to be getting all these emails as well. So that's one thing I like to do. If someone's already purchased from your sale, they know the sale is going on, they can come back. I do still include them on the end of the sale just to give them one more chance to buy if they're trying to get a gift or something else for themselves too. Now, a case study here, that outdoor gear client we were talking about. So their Black Friday before we worked together, they sent 2 emails and they did $150,000 in sales. When they were working with me, we sent 10 emails and it was $340,000 in sales. So it was a 78% increase year over year. And again, that first email we sent out basically was total to what they did the year before. We also had a different offer, which helped a lot too, but the frequency really is what drove the growth year over year. The furniture client we looked at together here, before we worked together, they did 26 emails and it was about $500,000. And then with me, we did 37 emails just over the Black Friday period, and that was $650,000 in email revenue. And that was like a 33% year over year growth, which was fantastic. Again, their list is pretty small. So like I say, mo sends, mo money, always. You're probably not going to hit a point of diminishing returns with your sends. And that's why it's okay to send a bit more. I'm not saying send 16 emails in a day. That's overkill. 1 touch point per day. If you're more comfortable doing more than that, go for it. This is the time to do it. So unsubscribes, you can keep an eye on it. I rarely see list growth stall during Black Friday or Cyber Monday. A lot of brands actually grow because you're getting so much traffic coming in from Facebook. So you can keep an eye on it, but you're going to lose some people. It's okay. You just got to kind of accept that as kind of the double edge of that sword. Now, again, exclusions, you can protect the customer experience a little bit, exclude people that already purchased from you in the last 14 days. And then bottom line, you really need to be aggressive during this time period and keep an eye on unsubscribes. Don't panic if you see more people coming off your list than growing. So bottom line, being aggressive during Black Friday is going to work. It's a great strategy, especially when paired with what we talked about before. And again, you can monitor your unsubscribes, keep an eye on it, but don't use that as your guiding metric. And also you can respect recent buyers too. Just exclude them from your sends and that'll make it a great experience for everyone. All right, those are my 3 strategies for email marketing for Black Friday. Take them, use them. I think you'll be really happy with the results. Be sure to let me know. If this video was helpful or valuable at all, just hit subscribe, like, comment. Really makes me motivated to make more videos like this for you. You can click right here to check out my other playlist around Black Friday. We got great videos in there for you too. And if you're really overwhelmed with this, the thought of Black Friday is kind of making you sick to your stomach, reach out to me. I'd love to see if we're a good fit to work together and we can make this your best Black Friday ever. I'll catch you next time.